We are live.
Boom, boom. Well, thanks, guys, for
I'm
being.
not.
Go ahead.
Should I be hearing music coming from Video Ninja?
I don't think so.
I was
Okay.
hearing a lot of music coming from ads that just blasted me in the ears
Yeah,
before I
same.
muted Twitch. I was like, what's happening?
Same, but I'm just not hearing anything from Video Ninja. Normally, I feel like you've got
Normally, I
some
do.
random jams going, so I just want to make
Random.
sure my sound was good.
The Ram Jams.
How about now?
Yes.
Yeah.
There it is.
Now you should. And again, thanks
I
for
know
being
this
a.
one.
Thanks for being adjustable, guys. I have our probably our last meeting before the trip in February to Pakistan.
Ooh.
So.
Nice.
When's the meeting?
Right after this game. It's like end here
what
at
time
6.
does Becca get off of work?
9.
Are me and Fudio cooking dinner then?
It's already cooked. There's fish and potatoes cooked.
Of course it's already cooked.
I
It sounds
apologize
Irish.
in advance if I cough a lot today. I'm not sick. I went really hard during my cardio this morning, and I think I discovered that I'm still asthmatic, and I thought I got over it when I was a kid, but I've been coughing literally all day. 25 minutes, kicked my butt.
I haven't been to the gym in 2 weeks. I'm kind of ashamed of myself for saying that.
It's just my sanity. I have to go.
Sanity,
helpful.
You still have that?
What?
Yeah, that's his point. That's his point.
I didn't even hear what he said, but now I feel like I'm left out
I
of the...
said sanity. You still have that?
No. Not sanity.
Sanity. I tried being pretty sane once. It was the worst 30 seconds of my life.
All right. Well, when Katie returns, we'll go ahead and go video live. Until then, enjoy it. She'll probably be back soon, I'd imagine.
I'm here. I'm
Oh.
just fixing my light.
All right. We are going to go... I mean, it's so sunny in the background, but jokes aside. Let's go ahead and go video live then. It feels like it's been forever.
It has. But that's what happens when when you have a lot of people with Christmas.
Yeah, right.
We've only missed the equivalent of like what, one session? So we played on December 5th or something. Though.
Yes. No, the 8th.
8th, yeah.
So, yeah, it would have been like one session. But
Yeah, but that one session is like a month and a
Still.
half.
Well, when we're only every other week, it's like one session means once a month.
Yes. All right. Well, we can go ahead. Let's just hop right into it. I know it's been a while. But anyone that is watching, go watch the last stream.
Go watch the last stream. Yeah, just combat. It was combat.
It's pure combat. And on that note of pure combat, if I can find my notes, here we go. You guys are still in the hot mess of it all. You have... Man, is that kind of dark to you guys? Are you able to see that well? Or is that too dark for you?
Yeah, I think
It's a little dark, but it's okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. This was where I learned to just never come off the ceiling ever.
Yes.
That's
Stay
right.
stuck to the ceiling.
You came
yes.
down and very quickly went back up because your health came down. You guys do have multiple Magmen down around Vantalord right now. Actually, 5 of them specifically. And one over by Cricket the Bear.
Direwolf. I have that. I
You
wild
summoned a
shaped into
dial. Or you summoned.
No,
Yeah, that's
no.
right. That's right.
I
That's right.
wild shaped into a direwolf.
So what is the floating cricket?
No, that's my spirit totem.
That's right.
Which is a hawk that I can use to give advantage to people.
Oh man, I bet I have a hawk. Is it okay? So yes, you have your spirit animal, the dire wolf over by the Magman, the very large Raja towering over Vantalord, and the 5 Magmen, Jubilee on the ceiling with her sticky shoes. Where is... Where's Rod? Oh, I think Rihu's back here. Yeah. And Rihu... No, that's... Yes, Rihu back along the wall. All right. You guys want to start initiative over, or how do you want to enter into this?
Do we have it written down? I thought like somebody wrote down.
I
I
had
thought
it
we were
written down,
Yeah.
but I don't know which piece of paper it was on. Because my office got cleaned. I just happened to have a note out of Raja's. But let me check my notebooks. I've got enough of them around. We may just have to start it over though.
Oh yeah, we fought zombies last time too, guys. Remember that?
We did.
We fought a lot. We just continuously fought.
Yeah, zombies and then the magma people and then the like salamander people, all the things.
Oh, I found it. Haha. So we are 4 rounds of combat in. The initiative order is Raja, Cricket, Jubilee, Rihu, Rory. He had 3. Bantalord, and then Rory's other 2 because of the Megman.
Yeah, both the salamanders
Raja
are
still. Raja's total HP right now should be at 68. I
58.
had 2 different notes.
Negative 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And then he has 6 rounds left on his giant form.
Man, that's a lot.
Because it's a minute.
Yep. So
Nice.
I am glad I took those notes. And
I just have
know-
to say I'm glad that you took those notes also because I have not a note. I just roll with it because Jubilee vibes. I just roll with it.
I'm a note taker. I like to document things because no job is complete unless documentation is done.
I'm glad that I
true.
took notes on my wild shape hit points as well because that's like not in D&D Beyond.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and then kick it off with Raja. Raja,
Who is Raja's closest?
also something you would have known. I don't know if you saw this last time, Skylar, or if you left before this happened, but the Megmen explode.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay. There are, in front of you, about 10 feet or so, there's 5 of them surrounding Vantalord.
Extra 1d6 damage. Oh, they're around Bantalord?
Yeah. They're completely... There's one further to the other side of the
Why
cavern
am I so big?
because of the...
I'm like big.
Yeah, you're big.
You use the ogre or
I'll just
giant
start
strength
stomping on them, I
gauntlets
guess.
things.
I will... Oh, I forgot what my weapon was. What sheet do I have that on?
3d6.
This. Okay. I will attack one of them. Doesn't really matter which one.
Okay.
Let's see.
The towering
Come on,
9
here.
foot tall Raja moves up towards Vantalord.
How big are those things?
2.5, 3 feet. I don't know if they actually have a size.
I
Well,
will
other
just
than-
scoop them up then.
They are considered small. So yeah, like, I don't know, let's call them 3 feet. A little bit shorter than Vantalord. So you're like 3 times their height.
Already taken action surge, so I only get 1 attack action. Oh, I'll just attack him, I suppose. First roll was 15. Second roll is a natural 1, so I'll just 15.
Okay? So you did that
Go
with
ahead.
advantage, right? You were doing that with advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. 15 hits.
8, 4, and 3. So that's 15 damage.
15 damage.
And then sneak attack.
And you're using your rapier.
Sneak attack is an extra 12 damage.
Okay. And you're using your rapier, correct?
So 27.
Okay.
Yeah, 27 normal magic damage, not my frost dagger.
Okay. Alright, you go on, you make your attack, and you clearly have an intimate understanding of these creatures in this moment as you quickly lay it to rest. You kill it. As it dies, its body hits the ground. You see this as it then explodes, causing...
Would I be able to disengage before it explodes? Like just go stab it and then back up? Would it work like that? Or if I
You could use your uncanny dodge.
Well, that just halves the damage.
You know it's coming. You can make a dex save. Try making a dex save. It's going to be high. They explode quickly.
Eve?
What's that?
No, I got 10.
Okay, you
I rolled
failed.
4.
You failed.
I will uncanny dodge.
Okay. Both of you take 6 points of fire damage. Raja, that is 3 points for you, and do your thing with that.
And that's with the fire resistance, I'm assuming.
Oh, 6 regular, so 3 for you, Vantalord.
Okay.
Alright, and that one explodes.
Wait, that's... They only do that much damage?
That's how much that one did.
Some have done more than that.
Okay.
Alright, so 1 down. Any other attacks or anything else, Raja?
I might as well just go around. To the behind another one.
Okay. And it's not. It's a half a step, and you're within another space.
Oh, I also do an extra d6 damage, so that one is an extra d6 dead.
Okay, it's dead.
Dead.
I didn't realize Giant's Might gave me more damage.
Yeah, I forgot that last session too. Don't worry, Raja.
All right, go ahead and roll for your attacks. What'd you get?
Who's rolling right now?
Or did you only get 1 attack?
Yeah, I've already
Oh.
used the accident surge. I
Gotcha.
was just moving.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's up and who's on deck?
Alright, Cricket's up and Jubilee is on deck.
Cricket. The dire wolf.
Cricket the direwolf. Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Rihu, I think, jumped out of battle, if I recall, because he was pretty hurt, correct? Rihu? How badly injured are you? Did we get you any healing last time? I can't remember.
No healing last time and pretty badly injured.
Okay. And I'm still next to, there's one by me, right?
Correct. There's one right by you, and then he's about 45 feet away.
And just because I don't remember, is the one in front of me looking injured as well? Like, I think I might have already hit him once before, but I don't remember.
He has been hit. It's hard to tell because they are flaming,
right.
fiery bodies, but
But
yes.
I did hit him
You
at
did,
least
yep.
once. Okay. Then I will go ahead and try and attack him. Otherwise I have to take an attack of opportunity. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and try and bite him.
All right. This will be a spicy bite. Roll for damage.
Spicy bite.
Roll to hit, I mean.
14 to hit.
14.
Oh, -3, 11.
14 just hits.
11 does not, I'm sure.
You chomp. The heat, though, is so intense in your face, it instinctively makes you pull back. Animals and fires.
There's nobody near me, right?
Nobody near you, no.
Dang it. Well,
You are a lone wolf at the moment.
I am a lone wolf. It's very unfortunate. Can't use my pack tactics.
The howl at.
I will.
You betcha.
Where's Rihu at? Can I even get to him, or how far
He
is
is
he from me?
45 feet south
I'm
of you.
just gonna risk the opportunity attack, and I'm gonna run towards
Okay.
him.
How far can you go?
Ooh, my speed as a wolf is 50 feet. So
All
I'm
right.
gonna go
Well,
all
you
the
make
way.
it to him. Can you go to the distance? Yes, you can. All right. And I will roll to attack. Ouch. Da. Where's it? There it is. 14 to hit.
That is my AC as a wolf.
All right. Then the Megman will attack with, and that will cause 8 points of fire damage. And you are on fire.
I've been on fire.
Oh,
Does
that
I
means you got to
didn't-
take
Yeah,
take
what do
damage,
I take?
right? 5 points
Yeah,
of
what-
fire damage.
5 points of fire damage, and then 8 points of fire damage from the other one.
Correct, from the attack. So 13, and then halved. So
Halved.
6.
7, 6.
Yep.
Yep. That's my turn.
And on deck and up and on deck.
Jubilee's up. Rihu on deck.
Jubilee, you are. I think we said it's like 40 feet or 50 feet in the air.
on the ceiling.
Yes.
Don't forget spell sniper.
Trust me, I just looked at the spell sniper stuff again because I forgot how it worked. I need to turn this music in Video Ninja down. I feel like I'm yelling to talk over it. Wow, that's so much better.
So yes, you sit about 45 feet in the air, hanging by your feet.
And then to my left, this little tiny thing, that's a that's
Right
a
there?
little yeah.
Yep, you got a Megman over there. Yep.
Okay. Let's do a double Eldritch Blast on him because I'm out of spell slots.
All right. Hanging upside down, 45 feet away from you, 2 blasts go off.
That's a dirty 20 and a 17.
Both hit.
Sweet. First one's gonna be 4 points. Second one's also gonna be 4 points. So 8 points of force damage.
8 points. And suddenly, you see it bounce back a couple times. And and still kind of relatively small explosion as you see the body explodes. That one is dead.
Don't I get something when things die? I feel like I might.
It does not have a soul.
Okay.
That would be interesting, though. And then who is that anything else for Jubilee?
I'm gonna hang out here for now.
All right,
No pun
Rihu.
intended. Yep, Rihu and then Rory. But then I don't even know which one of yours it is.
Hmm.
I
gonna
don't think it's
forget-
the salamanders because those were both dead.
Let me see here. Let's see, what's the nearest enemy to me? I'm trying to figure that out. It's kinda
Nearest one to you is the one surrounding Vantalord. Nearest one would be about 35 feet away.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really hurt, so there's not too much I can do at this point. I'm going to take out my spear
Okay.
on my turn, just to have it in my hands and ready. And then I'm gonna take like 5 steps forward
Okay.
towards them, just to kind of like watch and be ready in case anything comes my way. And then from there, I just want to hold an action of an attack if something does come.
All right. Well, if it's my turn, then it was a turn for the salamander each, and then a turn for the Megman. So, we'll call it the Megman's turn then. Vantalord, you stand. Yep, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying hi.
Oh, you stand surrounded by 4 Megmen, and like you get it, you're short, but seeing a 9-foot Raja next to one of these things, they're somehow small yet very kind of intimidating. Each of them are going to take their turn. So, starting with the one between you and Raja. It's a dirty 20. And going around
Doesn't
in
hit.
going around in a circle. That's a 7.
Doesn't hit.
The other 2 are going to use Death Burst. Yeah. I'm gonna use Death Burst. You see them at the same time. I don't know, I'm just gonna flare this up. You see them at the same time just lay a solid, like, stab of their weapon into the other one. As they both die and burst. Both of them causing 7 points of fire damage for a total of 14 for a total of 7.
Is it counted like that, or is it counted individually?
They each cause 7 points.
No, I know, but it depends on.
I think
Like,
when he's
is
asking,
it
is
7
it each
7
cost-
or is it 14?
Yeah. I'll just count it as a 7. I don't care. He's saying if it's 7 each, we've been rounding down with the half, so it'd be 3, so it'd be 6. But if it's 7,
Or
7,
you attack? I was thinking the explosions were doing
Oh.
7 damage.
I
it's
gotcha.
him,
I gotcha.
I get what he.
That could make a difference in the if they were big attacks. That could definitely make a difference. So 7 points.
Never mind.
Of, if that's not what you're saying, then I'm not sure what you're saying.
No, I just was misreading the situation, I guess.
Gotcha. Okay. And that's a 10-foot radius. Yes, 10-foot radius. So Raja, that would include your space. So you also 14 minimized down to 7, and then all your stuff that goes along with that.
Okay. So now it's
That
my
is
turn.
2 less of them. And yes.
Okay, so I'm just. Okay. I have a question for you. This is
Uh-huh.
gonna sound funny. Can I take my mug of endless ale and pour it on them to see if it puts their fire out?
I mean, you can. What will happen will be determined, but can you? Sure.
I'm gonna try it as an idea, but first I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take my trident. I'm gonna stab one of them, and I'm gonna use the trident to fling this guy across the room.
Okay. Where are you trying to fling him? Over by Rihu?
Right back. I want to hit him against the wall as hard as possible. I'm aiming for the wall that's closest to me.
Okay. So let's say the one between. Which one are you trying to do? That too.
Okay. So
one
if
be-
you take your mouth, if you go directly north of me, right there. I think that's the
Yeah.
closest
Which
wall.
Megman?
I can give
the
you
one
advantage.
that's right behind me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that's right behind me.
All right.
I'll use my hawk spirit totem to give you advantage on that Vantalord.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I love doing stupid stuff. Oh, I rolled a dirty 20 and a nat 20.
All right. Well, it definitely happens. No strength check needed. You hit it, and it flies and it flies and it slams against the wall next to the chest. And upon impact, it instantly, like it had already been triggered for its death burst when you hit it so hard. As soon as it hit the wall, it burst, and this was a massive burst that came off of this one. To such an extent, you see even the chest next to it rattled and dented and slightly melted and slightly burned.
I look at the others. I'm like, sorry guys, I did not mean to melt the treasure. And just because I can, I've got 2 attacks on turn. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna take out my mug of endless ale. I'm gonna say drinks up, and I'm gonna literally just empty it. Like I'm just gonna continually pour on this other Megman right next to me. I want to see what happens.
All right, so for 6 seconds,
gonna
you just
regret this?
pour.
He gets
Yes.
so drunk he dies.
Go, go ahead and roll a D100.
Okay.
I don't even. First, roll a D20. Let's see if you can. It's not
Back
hard.
to stream, everyone.
It's not going to be a hard hit.
14.
Yeah. Roll a D100.
A 78.
So what you do when you're a DM and you don't know what to do, you say, and in 6 seconds we'll see what happens. As you lift it up and instantly you see it and it's pouring, and at first it seems to evaporate quick enough, but as it just relentlessly pours, it does start to hit the surface of his body, and we will see what happens.
Alright.
Anything else?
Nope, because I'm still enraged, so I can't cast any spells such as healing.
All
I
right.
can smell that all the way up here. It's evaporating and it's rising.
So I don't know if you've got any other characters, Rory, that
Nope.
you need to attack with. Otherwise, it's to be Raja, then Cricket.
Raja.
Are those the only enemies, just them little ones? Or was there any more?
Salamanders
what
are
they
dead.
called? They're all dead. Because I know they're kind of peeking from everywhere.
Yes,
That
salamanders
we
are
can
dead.
see anyway, as far as we know.
Yeah.
And then those are just chests, so. I don't know where I'm going.
To the chest or to the
Okay.
Megman?
Well. I'll go to the Magmen.
Okay, it's right next to you. Like literally
Can I just
between
stomp
you.
on it? Like,
Sure.
Can I just put it out though?
I mean, if you kill it. It's not a flame. It's an actual body.
Oh, I know, but think about it. I'm 9 feet tall. That means I added 3 feet to my frame, and it's equaled out, and I'm about 250 pounds already.
Oh yeah, you're big. I'm saying you might be able to kill it, and then you'll put it out.
Oh, that's okay. I was looking at the wrong thing. It's right next to me. I was looking at the grizzly bear in the back, and I thought that was talking about.
No, it is
I'm
right.
gonna stomp on it.
All right,
Oh, I'm gonna jump on it. Double foot, boot, heel first.
gonna get your
Kick
basketball
into the-
vertical.
Yeah. And then kick the ground.
All right. Like a man that just came out to a bag of poop on his porch. Roll to hit.
I was not expecting that analogy at all.
I realized I could have just kicked him really hard.
You could have done that too.
Do I get advantage on this?
You are, yes. Your Vantalord is right
I
there.
typically would, but it's not a typical attack.
No, but you're still, Vantalord's right next to you. Or right
What
across
do I
from
add to it? Because I got 13, but
you. Add your strength.
add to that.
Add your
My
strength.
So 14.
14 hits.
Alright. I will that he's dead.
And then for damage, roll roll a d6. I think a punch is like a d4 or d6. So roll a d6.
D6 per 10 pounds.
No. But we'll go with a d6. 5. All right, you jump up. You
It's under me now.
yes, and his body gives to your weight, not a problem. 250 at 6 foot. I don't know, probably pushing 400 pounds right now. His body
Oh,
is
I'm actually 197. Sorry.
ah.
No. Not
Still.
250.
Still, you're gonna be heavy. So you jump, you land on him. You see him. He has just a smidgen of life left in him as he very weakly like skirms under your feet as you have him pinned to the ground. But he is barely holding on. Bonus action or movement?
Bonus action. Fake a step forward and then just step backward onto him again.
Okay. You press him into the ground a little bit harder as you wiggle your foot on him. But no more damage caused.
Oh, can I just like talk to him probably?
You probably could.
I forgot about that. He almost died.
Almost died. So if taking a couple seconds to speak to him, what do you say?
I'm gonna say, why are you here? Not where you belong.
And the rest of you,
Died.
start to hear these wispy type of vocals coming out of both Raja and the Megman. Raja, you hear him say, kind of the essence of fire belongs wherever it's at. A little twist of your boot, and he does say that he was brought here with the salamanders, or by the salamanders. Kind of like they're the ones that were in charge of the Megman.
Does that track? Like they're usually slaves, these little thingies, little walking bombs.
Whether they're slaves or they're just in cooperation, there's an essence of size and strength in the plane of fire. So it would have made sense. Yes, it would track that the salamanders would have been in charge.
Okay. Well, that's all for my turn. I can't do anything else except keep stepping on them.
All
30
right.
feet more.
Who's up and who's on deck?
I think it's me next.
Yep, Cricket and then Jubilee.
Cricket
Alright.
and Jubilee.
So since there's only this one left, right?
Correct.
I will go ahead and drop my wild shape
Okay.
and turn back into Cricket. And since I'm standing right next to Rihu and he's looking pretty hurt here, I will take out my staff, which is now an actual staff and not in my wolf body. And I will cast a level 2 Cure Wounds on Rihu.
Okay.
So that will give you 11 points of healing, Rihu.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
And then I will move a little bit closer, but I don't want to get in the range of like getting exploded. But yeah, like 10 feet closer, 15 feet maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Sounds good.
That's it for me.
That's it? All right. Who is up and who's on deck?
Jubilee's up. Rihu is on deck.
I can't see anything in Video Ninja, so I don't know if we're still fighting things.
You are on the ceiling still.
Yeah.
Down on the ground, opposite side where Cricket was, is Vantalord, then a Megman, and then Raja. And the
Okay.
Vantalord's about 21 feet away from you, with a Megman on the other side of him.
And those are the ones that.
And you do not, at this point, have a clear shot on the Megman from where you're at.
How much cover do they have? Because my spell sniper ignores 3/4 cover or less.
From where you're at, you would be good then. It's like half
Okay.
coverage. Unless you want to move, and then you could probably find better.
Oh yeah, I can just straight up walk across the ceiling. I forgot about that.
That is a thing you can do.
Can I?
If you get within 15 feet of my floating hawk thing, I can give you advantage.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And then, can I do one Eldritch Blast at the one next to Vantalord and one at the one next to Raja?
Which is the same one. I don't know if you understood that.
Oh, no.
It is the same
Sounds
one.
fine.
There's
Oh,
one in
that's
between.
the same one.
And I have advantage on both then, right?
Just one.
Just one. Okay.
Yeah. I have to use my reaction for it.
So, staying on the ceiling where you're at. Oops, the hawk is over here. The hawk is substantially lower than you, so it's 20 feet away.
I did move it into the sky, I believe.
Yes. Is it supposed to be higher? Because right now it is flying.
How tall is the room that we're in?
About 45 feet.
Yeah, let me check the range on it real quick. Oh. The aura is 30 feet.
Oh, well then she's in the aura.
Yeah, 30-foot radius, actually. So 60 feet total, but 30-foot radius. So
Perfect. Yeah, you got
That
it.
means the first one is a 19 using the advantage, and the second one was a natural 20.
Ooh, natural 20, huh?
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll your percentile die.
That and that. 49.
49. And you're using Eldritch Blast?
Yes.
All right. Moving into the position you're in now, you feel a sense of almost like serenity as the aura of the hawk is around you. You move, you quickly fire using your spell sniper, and you land the blast right under the Megman. Like, you basically pop it up in the air. You fire right under its legs, under its butt, kind of
Pop it
rump
up and
area.
then hit it with the other
and
one
it-
while it's still in the air.
It just flies off, and you get a good lift on it. Do you want to try to hit it with the second one?
Yeah?
All right, go for it. All you got to do is hit.
It's a 19.
19. Actually, we'll call that your confirmation because we didn't roll that. It definitely confirms. Roll again.
Okay. All right. 13.
13. Second one pops it up. It is completely, so to say, flat-footed. It is unable to defend itself. Its AC just drops radically. And you second hit shoves it away from Raja and Vantalord mid-air. Doesn't even get time to land, and it explodes away from everybody.
That worked out perfectly because Vantalord messaged me, "You're gonna kill me."
As the tension and the rising heat in the air seems to come to a constant point, it seems as if things have settled for the moment. You do still hear the gurgling in the geysers that are on the floor, the 4 geysers that are on the floor, that you guys have learned to go off every so often. Raja, it's but a few seconds, and your size comes back down to normal. Which apparently I've lost my size. So, Raja, you are back to normal size. And then everyone go ahead and roll a intelligence check.
That's a 20.
All right.
I got a nat 22.
All right. 10.
Minus 3.
Well, still.
Yes.
Raja and Rihu.
On intelligence?
Yep.
Oh, so let's take the modifier of that. So that's a 4.
Yes.
I rolled a 6.
A 6. All right. The 3 of you. Oh man. Okay, so the 3 of you, Raja, Vandalord, and Rihu. Raja, you get hit by 1 for the remainder of the time that you're in this room. We're gonna say that you, for the most part, you guys can time it out. Cricket and Jubilee. Cricket, you're a little bit slower to the steps sometimes, but you're still catching it. You hear them and you can get it. Jubilee, you're not having a problem with it at all for as long as you remain in this room. Vandalord, there's 1 instance where you're hit by the geyser. You take 15, 21, 24, 25. So that's 25 into 12 points of fire damage from the geyser. Rihu and Raja, you take 2 hits from it. So the first one's going to be 18, 20, 26, 27, down to 13 points for the first one, down with the fire resistance, and then do what you need to after that. I'm not sure if at this point you're starting to take damage from it, Raja. The second one, so that was 13 points. The second one is going to be 10, 22, 27, 30, so 15 points of fire damage.
Real quick, just because I know Vantalord and Rihu were hurt, these are not happening instantaneously, right? So like we would have had a chance to cast some healing spells on each other.
There would be
right?
a moment in between where absolutely that would make sense. Yeah, they're not instantive. Yeah.
I'm like, wait, is this gonna make them instantly both go down when these are going off?
So if there's a moment for any of the 3 of you, to your point, Cricket, after that first one where you're like, oh crap, but you're still up, there would be time to seek help. This is for the whole remainder of the time that you're in the room.
Okay, so I'm in dire need after the first hit.
Okay.
Because I'm on the floor after the second hit.
Yeah.
I look at Cricket. I'm like, you deal with him. You still see that I'm up. I'm hurting. I'm like, I can do some self healing. Let's get Rihu up.
I'll spare the dying.
I'll go ahead and do another 2nd level cure wounds for you, Rihu. That's another 11 points.
And then you get hit by that second one. Unless there's something else that someone is doing to assist him.
I'm alive? Barely.
All right, let me ask this question. What are we doing from here on out? Because I could do more, but then I'll be pretty tapped. I don't want to use all of it for that. But I will if we think we're going to even just like, I don't know. What's the plan?
Well, my plan is first let's put these 2 treasure chests in this extra large bag of holding. We'll deal with them later.
We don't want to open them?
That
Not right now. Maybe. I mean, if we want to, or we can get into a spot where we're not gonna be exploding. And you'll see me put both my hands on myself. I'm gonna take and use my lay on hands and heal
Doesn't
myself with points.
Raja, don't you have some sort of healing something that you can do?
Do my resistance attacks to like uncanny dodge and my fire resistance? Because I have base fire resistance, but then I also get 5 points of fire damage resisted, and then after that I can heal back 2 points per level.
So you have fire resistance, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Which means half damage on the fire resistance. On the fire.
Yeah. So
right?
are these fire attacks? Like
Oh,
the
is that what
lava
you're
geysers,
asking?
right? So like a 13 would be a 8, would it be? Or a 7, I mean?
Because of the 5.
No, because of the fire resistance
Oh.
and then uncanny dodge.
13 would become 6.
No, 13 was halved. You said it was
Oh.
like 25.
Yes, I see
or
what you're
whatever,
saying.
27.
Yeah, so then 13 would become... Yes, that's half for fire resistance, on a canny dodge, another half, so 6.
And
That's-
then the other one was 30,
To
so
15,
that would be,
to 7.
we round down.
Yep,
So total of 13 damage.
sounds right. Yep, okay.
That 50.
I'm gonna ask my question again. Raja, don't you have some way of healing people?
Yeah, and I well now I do, because I just took less damage. I can heal 3d8 to anybody and then 1d10 to myself.
Ryu's looking real hurt.
Okay, then I'll use my Phoenix Heart on Rihu.
Okay.
Where did this die come from? Oh, that's that.
You see Raja step over as he lays a hand on your arm, Rihu. These massive, this translucent, fiery phoenix seems to encompass his body, and almost like it penetrates into you, and you feel a sensation of healing come upon you.
13.
Nice.
A
Oh, wait a
decent
second.
healing.
I'm gonna do one more healing as well. I'm gonna do prayer of healing, and this, if everyone's within, what is it, 30 feet of me. Oh, this is a 10.
I need it for sure.
Heal. Okay, so I'll give you each 2d8 plus 2. So let me pull this off. And where's my other d8? 6, 7. That's 13. Everyone also gets 15 points of healing from me.
I'm full
Thank
health
you.
because my wolf took all the damage.
I was unwell. I was at 7.
That's one perk of wild shape. It's like an extra however many hit points of the animal on top.
You basically just take, and then the bigger they get, you're like, oh, I just have like an additional 96 hit points. That
Yep.
if you knock me out of this, I'll just wild shape into something else immediately afterwards.
So I look at the rest of the group, I'm like, so we know this room's kind of exploding. We want to obviously open up these chests. I would advise not doing it in this room.
Is there another exit out of here, Rory, or is it just the one we came in?
Well, so I'm taking, you guys are taking some time as you're in here exploring as well. With that.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if exploring or just looking to see if there's a.
We're just trying to figure out how to get out.
Okay. So from where you are currently, back over by the chest.
Oh, I see a stairwell. And a cave. Okay.
You would be able to see that, yes, from the entrance where you came in, over on the northeast side here, north will just always be at the top of the screen. That on the northwest side, there does also look to be another, an exit point to somewhere.
Well, I say that we go out that way because where we came from is where the zombies are.
Yeah, we need to get out of this room as soon as possible.
Yep.
So I take whoever's got the bag of the extra large bag of holding. Let's put both these in there. That
I
way we're
think
not
it's me.
dragging it across this. Yeah. So
Why, you don't want to set the bag on fire?
that too. But I
Toast
also
whatever's in it a little bit.
we also don't know
Hey,
how
bear
heavy
is
these
inside.
chests
What do you
are.
mean?
How's the dog?
That would be a hot dog.
The buns
All right.
catch 'em.
So we're gonna go over to the exit that is new to us.
All right.
Alright.
You do navigate through. One of those geysers kicks off, gets Raja and Rihu that second time.
Alright.
as you do make it across.
Alright.
And you
And
are...
I did put just so you know, Rory, both treasure chests are in the extra large bag of holding.
Yes.
I want the money. Okay, good.
Just note 2 chests from
I'll put it on
room
mine since
3.
I've got the bag of holding too.
Alright. So room 3. Good to know. Housekeeping.
Edit. Toggle visibility.
More coffins now.
And that exact
Sounds a little
you
hoarse.
you hear Cricket say as soon as you guys walk up to the entrance, you see that this pathway is also lined with coffins.
Hey Jubilee, maybe you could do what you did last time and like crawl along the ceiling or whatever to see what's ahead before we startle some of these other zombies awake.
I can do that for sure. Also, are we planning on taking a short rest anytime soon?
Yeah, but also maybe not in this guy's room.
Yes,
I think
I was
that's
supposed
the
to say-
problem.
Well, probably
don't-
not in here, and also not where all the coffins are. I feel
Yeah,
like that's
we're co-
Right,
probably
right. So-
irresponsible.
Right,
Rock-
so if you
rock
see
in a hard place.
something,
I mean,
yeah, if
other
you see
people are
something ahead,
sleeping.
They're taking the big sleep.
Yeah.
the long
The
nap.
longest rest.
Literally a dirt nap.
Okay, so I'll go on the ceiling and climb through there and just
1,
make
2,
sure.
3.
And then while I crawl through there, I want to make sure I'm checking for traps and things, like if I can see anything from the ceiling, or I'm trying to make sure I don't trigger anything on the ceiling.
Okay. Jubilee, as you get onto the ceiling, it is about 10 feet. So when you hang upside down, you're something like 6 foot tall, right? So you're not too
She's
far
just-
from
her,
the floor.
Her pigtails are like barely grazing the
pretty
Well,
much.
I imagine you like spider crawling.
baby crawling.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
like,
go.
Like Spider-Man, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Spider pig, absolutely.
With her spell sniper.
Yeah, I mean that will get you a little bit further off the floor as you walk through here. You continue to make your way down. Do you try to go all the way to the end?
I'll go about halfway, and then I'll let them know that like the first half is safe, and then I'll
Yep.
stop them and then do the other half on the way out.
Okay, go ahead and roll for perception. Unless you can check the ceiling with investigation, but otherwise roll for perception.
24.
24. There doesn't seem to be anything obvious. Just by looking at it, everything looks to be in place and as normal as possible. You do see in front of you that there is another archway coming up in front of you.
Okay. I think we're good if you want to come in the first half of the way.
Sounds good.
I have my
I'm
spear
gonna-
out.
Yeah, I'm definitely still nervous, even though she said it looks good. So I'm gonna like walk as carefully as I can. Like when you're like, walking on the edge of the stairs to not make them creak, like that.
Very fitting description.
I'm doing the same. I have an odd question, Rory. So that my mug of endless ale, what happened?
Oh, yes.
If they hadn't killed it.
Yes. So what you noticed is when Raja picked up when he did his vertical to land on it, the Megman was trying to move. And although the ale didn't cause any damage, you could start to see some hardening of lava. So it was actually causing a dexterity
Almost like-
decrease. It was flat-footing it. It was making it hard. It was making it hard to
That's
move, like
awesome.
the Tin Man without oil.
Cool. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, so is everyone moving forward? Jubilee, are you staying in front of them the whole, like an equal distance? Are you waiting for them?
Yeah, I'll stay at that halfway point and wait for them to come up behind me.
All right. Each of you, as you approach Jubilee, you do start to hear, shortly before you get to her, just after this sideways coffin here, you do start to hear the grinding of stone as it sounds like a lid in your near proximity is starting to shift.
Should we
I
just
have
try
the
and
sword
book
drawn.
it?
Book it, yes. Get out of here. Make like a shepherd when the sheep are in danger. Get the fuck
Yeah, let's
out of
just
here.
run.
All right, so you got
What is that noise?
at
I don't
least
like it. I
at
don't
least
like
two
it.
people. Cricket and Vantalord in his stubby legs is running. What about the rest of you?
Oh yeah, this is where my dexterity actually comes into play. I'm going full speed.
You're parkouring off the
Monk
walls.
speed, yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
There's a good 10-foot stretch where Rihu is just running on the wall and hops back down to the ground.
Raja. Oh.
Yep.
Raja's just gonna like jump so touch has the minimal coffins as possible.
All right.
It's like when
Absolutely.
you're running down some stairs and just skipping 3 steps each time.
Like, yeah. Quite literally, the form of the floor is lava. Jubilee, what about you? You hanging out?
I'm gonna start heading towards that second half and kind of surveying the situation since everybody's coming up behind me.
So they've already passed you. As you're starting to move, they are just sprinting.
Well, then I'm gonna do the creepiest possible spider. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm
Yes.
gonna flip down off my hand so that I'm just running with my feet on the ceiling so that my pigtails are just grazing everybody's heads when I'm
So everyone reaches the second entryway. At the end of this, you do hear more and more coffins that are starting to grind. And at the moment, you haven't seen or heard anything. Jubilee, as you reach the area where they're at, you do take a
Can
care.
I?
Go ahead.
Can I actually walk like backwards and I'll let them run ahead of me and I'll kind of slow down and let them all get ahead. That way, if I see anything coming out of the coffins, like up behind them, I can start Eldritch blasting at them from the ceiling.
Absolutely. So you notice that back towards the halfway point, there's a couple coffins that are still sliding. So nothing has emerged yet, but you do see some of the lids sliding. It's too soon to tell how many, but you've definitely noticed those couple. Everyone else, as you approach, you find yourself in a very familiar area. Except you're on the other side.
Oh.
Taking a look out into the area, you do see a broken bridge, that lava pit you had previously found, and the other entrance.
Well, we just took the long way around.
Talk about the scenic route.
Yeah. A very hot scenic route.
Well, I say we get out of this room. Let's just
Yeah,
Nope.
keep going.
keep going as fast as we can. We see more coffins. Let's just let's get out of this
Can I
place.
take as we're running, because if I'm hearing coffins, I'm just gonna keep running. Can I do a perception check as we enter this next room, just in case I'm gonna like fall into the lava pit?
Absolutely. Did you say in case you want to fall into the lava pit?
No, in case I'm going to fall into the lava pit. I don't want to, obviously.
In case I decide I feel like I need to go
I don't
for a
wanna
nice
just-
lava
I just
swim.
need to be done with this. Go ahead and roll that perception check now.
Okay.
Bit of your instincts kicking in.
I got a 15.
15. All right. Cricket, you instantly, no hesitation, caskets are not the thing you enjoy being around. They do not have you all boxed up. You do keep running. You do see that there is a lid open. It does catch your attention. And you see a bit of a... The feeling of any animal walking through a graveyard at night never sits and an essence of eeriness, of chill sets in as you approach this next area. The whole atmosphere, instantly, you feel it. Chilling, cold, empty, extreme contrast from 130 degrees boiling lava into an absolute bone-chilling, foggy breath atmosphere.
I don't like it.
You have moved, 20 or so feet in front of everyone else. Jubilee, you are noticing about 3 lids as they're shifting, and you can only expect what to come out of there, whether they be zombies or skeletons or perhaps something else unknown.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
What about the rest of you? Are you all moving?
Oh yeah, I'm moving.
Oh yeah.
Roger's moving too.
All right. Each of you continue to move forward. Jubilee, as you make your way through, the ceiling in the next room, in the lava room, is much, much higher. And the archway for the next area is much lower, average height. So if you want, you can walk up the wall to the ceiling 20 feet over and back down, which is going to take you a little bit longer, or just hop down and walk.
I'll just pop down and walk. That's
Okay.
fine.
So you make it out. As you make it out of this room, and an uncanny understanding of death, you do take a perhaps regretted look back. You see that there are 4 skeletons that are about halfway out, and you see another casket that slid. And this large
I don't like that there's a separate one.
set of fingers that grab over that lid, much larger than a regular humanoid. Just these massive hulking fingers that reach out.
Is the casket the same size though?
Uh-huh. And you look forward and keep going. Unless you choose to stay behind.
No, I'm gonna.
Do we
hang
have
back
any
just a
way
little.
Do we have any way to block the entrance behind us or something?
What are your thoughts?
I'm asking the group, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to cast some kind of spell, but I have no spell slots.
And
Yeah, I don't have
I
any.
have an idea that might work. Okay. What does the ceiling and walls look like here? Like, especially in particular over the entrance into this fire room where we are. Like, if they were following us, they'd come this way.
Mm-hmm. The ceiling in this room, from where you're at, probably about 35 feet up.
Is it stone?
It is stone.
Is
And
it like roughly hewn, or is it like really?
the further up you go, the rougher it gets. But everything lower is very smooth, as if melted. Very, very smooth. But as you go up higher, you do get some stalagmites
What
that are
about
up
the
there.
archway, like the actual doorway?
Okay. Also stone. When you walk through, that does appear to be hewn to some extent, like intentionally put there. That portion seems to be about 5 feet thick. Right? And granted, it goes down in both ways, but that specific area where you walk through is about 5 feet thick.
Well, I'm just gonna do this because otherwise we're gonna have to fight whatever's on the other side.
Also,
so
go ahead and you are intentionally, you're trying to look, you're trying to solve a problem.
Right.
Go ahead and,
Yep.
and roll an investigation check.
ooh, investigation is not my strength, but perception is. Or nature, or
So where this is going, and you do what you want with this, Cricket. Where this is going is you're checking out the walls, the ceiling, but also the floor, the coffins.
right.
Well, you've thought about the
I'm gonna
ceiling,
ask-
you've thought about the walls,
hey,
but now it's
Vantalord.
the
All
floor.
right, Vantalord, you kind of have an understanding of rocks. If I cause the loud boom, do you think some of these rocks might fall and hit things? And can I get Vantalord to do this? check with me or something like that?
I look at her, I'm like, you know what? That's probably a good thing to look into. I know when I was looking at the rocks yesterday, these weren't the right type of rock for in here. Especially with all the lava. So yeah, I'm gonna examine the rocks and just see if they are some that can collapse with a big
All right.
boom.
Investigation. Here we go.
And you can take it at advantage.
Ooh, and advantage. Still get -3. Nope.
Actually,
I mean, it's a 9.
It's a 9. So, you're not sure exactly how this would work, Cricket. Vandalord, as you're looking, you do see some stalagmites that, again, they don't quite fit a lava area. They might fit the cave. So it's either that they don't fit or the lava doesn't fit. They do appear in various areas above the lava as well as above the pathway. And your understanding of stonework and that just naturally as a dwarf, you would presume that given the right force, you could get those stalagmites could fall. And depending on which one you hit, whether it hits a creature, hits lava, hits the pathway on the other side, there are a magnitude of them available to choose from, kind of scattered all throughout the ceiling.
I look at Cricket, I'm like, well, we may be able to do this. Just know, though, we don't know if there's another exit to this cave. We're way further in this than Riku,
That's
Roger,
true.
and myself have ever been. So this could literally be our coffin.
Well, it might be also our coffin if we don't rest before fighting another 5 creatures.
Now,
I mean, we can always clear it out. I'm gonna try it. Hey, Jubilee, I can't get up to the ceiling. Can you carry me? Can I piggyback on the back of your back?
My strength is not great, but I
I think I just need to hold on to your back.
I
right?
was gonna say, or if you want, I can hold
I'm pretty
my.
little. I'm only 5 feet.
We could, yeah, let's try it. Why not?
All right, I'm gonna piggyback on top of Jubilee so I can get. I just need to get within 15 feet of one of these stalactites.
Okay. So you hold on tight as she walks up the wall. Get up about 25 feet. And
Once I'm within, as long as I'm within 15 feet of the of stalactite that's like above the entrance, sort of, if I can, I'm gonna cast Thunderwave and I'm gonna upcast it 2 levels to level 3.
Okay.
And everything within a 15-foot cube out in front of me, so like I'll cast it from in front of Jubilee and I will take 4d8 thunder damage, and if any objects are unsecured, they're automatically pushed and knocked down in addition to whatever damage they take.
So I think you're looking for the most effectiveness, biggest outcome. So just going straight up the side, knowing full well how your Thunder Blast works. Basically, the 15 feet above the pathway, from archway to archway, is what you'll be hitting. Okay.
Yes, that's kind of my goal. Okay,
Yep.
so 4d8. Ooh, I'm rolling well. Oh, I just rolled 2 8s in a row. Okay, so 23 points of bludgeoning damage. Actually, thunder damage. And then are knocked. Any unsecured objects are knocked away.
Absolutely. Like a wind in a dusty room, there's just a massive amount of small pebbles, smaller rocks, smaller stalactites, that are just instantly just blown to the other side. You said 23, correct?
Yeah.
So 2 of the larger stalactites, decently larger size, probably a base of 4 feet, 5 feet, that taper down about 4 feet in themselves. So 3 by 4, right? So these massive ones do break loose. 2 of them do. One of them hits the open coffin that you noticed coming in, and the other one hits. No, these 3 coffins, they are massive. So they hit this first one and the third one, but the force of them together, all 3 of these are taken out.
Oh. Well, that could be good. We can deal with it later on our way back. If we survive whatever's in front of us.
So that is the outcome of what you just did. You do know, knowing what Vantalord said about what you just said, it's not impossible to get back, but it sure is very difficult.
We'll just have to get creative on our way back. But right now, let's keep going so that these things don't follow us further. Oh no, I don't like what we just see in front of us.
Standing
No.
in the archway, flames behind you and ice-chilling coldness in front of you. A darkness both in environment and in soil, as it is not hard to find a skull in the ground, bones in the ground, headstones, the whole area almost like it's been transplanted, almost like a shrine of death. You do see, even from where you're at, that there is at least what looks like an opening on the other side of the room. For all you know, it's just an alcove that dips back 5 feet. But without getting too far into the room, it's hard to tell exactly what awaits you. Behind you, piling up or crowding the entryway behind you, are 3 mindless skeletons that the clattering, the bones are hitting each other. You hear them, you see them, they bump into each other. One of them even falls into the lava as the other 2 are still there. And behind them, and even pushing into them, shoving them ultimately into the lava, is a giant hand. Just a singular, large, walking hand. Apparently stuck, unable to proceed forward to you, but definitely wanting to get to you.
Like thing.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say tribute to Adam's family.
Yeah. Hey, at least we're kind of safe.
This is we only have one way to go kind of situation here. So
I mean, you could go back.
oh yeah, and fight a giant hand and zombies. That sounds fantastic.
We say
I
give us a hand, Rory. This is not what we mean.
I do have my sneaky boots on, so I would like to step into the room in front of us to start kind of like investigating what's there, while trying to be very stealthy at the same time.
Okay.
I'm gonna let Rihu do that and just stand in the doorway.
I'm not moving an inch. I make lots of sound.
If you need me to get up on the ceiling, let me know. I can check out that exit situation.
Yeah, it probably doesn't hurt.
Yeah, if Rihu wants to do some investigation on the ground, I'll do the aerial investigation. I'm going straight for that thing that looks like it should be an exit. I just want to make sure that it actually is.
Okay. You notice in this room, as you start to approach into it, Jubilee, the ceiling, at first you wonder if it's there. You assume it has to be there. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Okay.
I think. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure you do.
I'm pretty sure I do.
So you get up about 20 feet until finally then you see some grayness of stone up there. At about 80 feet, there is a ceiling, about 80 feet up in total, almost giving, for the rest of you, the appearance of a night sky in this room. It is high and this room is dark. So about 80 feet up. If you're wanting to go all the way up, Jubilee, or you're wanting to walk the walls?
I think, can I use my, I have to look at how it works again, but if I use my cloak of the bat,
Okay.
then I can, oh, yeah, I'm gonna do that. In an area of dim light or darkness, you can grip the edges of the cloak and use it to gain a fly speed of 40 feet. So I'm going
Perfect.
to phew.
As you to get to the other side, you enter into this room, and again, that eeriness. This is not a comforting. This is not something that is pleasing to the Raven Queen. Quite the opposite. This is that rage type of despise that she has. You're able to move 40 feet per movement.
Yeah. Yep.
And Rihu, well, she flies in. What is your stealth check?
Okay. Still. Yeah, I hit a 22.
22. All right. And where are you wanting to go? Are you going straight north, northeast, east?
It looks like I can see more clearly along the edges because of fire, potentially.
There is some kind of eerie kind of
Yeah.
glow that you've seen in the other rooms. You don't see any
So-
evidence of fire, but there is a glow.
I kind of want to go north towards the tombstones, but along the wall.
Okay. And your movement is 30 feet, correct? Or is it 40?
30.
30. Alright, you make it a decent ways in. The rest of you stand at the entrance of this room. Jubilee flying, Rihu very, very quietly moving forward. And we will take our break.
Can't wait to take a few before something horrible happens.
Right, exactly.
Like playing a video game. Oh, look, a health potion and a save point.
Oh, whose song is this today?
I want to see what the gravestones say.
Death, death, death.
In the depths of a swamp, her fate took a turn. Jubilee died, but her spirit did yearn. The Raven Queen, with favor to elves, granted her life where the darkness delves. Companions united, trials they faced, breaking the chains, freedom embraced. Through darkness and danger, their bonds grew tight. Together they stood in the face of night. From Jester to Warlock, memories lost in service of the Queen at a great cost. Gatekeeper of souls, collecting the dead in the Raven souls, electing the dead in the Raven Queen's name. Her path is lit. Uncertain memories lurking in her soul. Pieces of the past make her whole. Friends and trials in her heart they stay, guiding her steps as she finds her way. Companions who warlock, memories lost in service of the Queen at a great cost. Gatekeeper of souls, collecting the dead in the Raven Queen's name. Her path is led from chapter to warlock, memories lost in service of the Queen at a great cost. Gatekeeper of souls, collecting the dead in the Raven Queen's name. Her path is led. From jester to warlock, memories lost in service of the Queen at a great cost. Gatekeeper of souls, collecting the dead in the Raven Queen's name. Her path is led. In the Raven Queen's name, her path is led.
What is the name of the creature I'm thinking of?
Ford stands third in his line, paladin legacy with stories that shine. His father and his grandfather served the same king. Now he seeks his path.
Oh, that's what it is.
In battles he fights with holy might, protecting his friends in the darkest night, healing and shielding, striking with Apsu's light. From
This
zombies to mimics,
is what
he
you guys
ends the
saw.
light. In battles he fights with holy might, protecting his friends in the darkest night, healing and shielding, striking with Apsu's light. From zombies to mimics, he ends their blight. Torn between choices, good and evil's face, seeking the right path in this endless race. Dreams that haunt, power's tempting call, guided by faith he stands tall. Father Samuel's wisdom, cleric of Woodsidge, guiding his steps away from the edge. Tormented by visions, taunted by night, he finds his strength in holy light. Contracts broken, Morindukes fall. Vantalor's fury answers the call. Understanding tactics, battle's cruel gain, protecting his comrades, earning his name. Dreams of a griffin soaring the skies, toe to toe with Throneclaw, courage in his eyes. Soul nearly taken, vile creatures strike, fought Malachite, Darkwood and darkness alike. Torn between choices, good and evil's face, seeking the right path in this endless race. Dreams that haunt, power's tempting call, guided by faith he stands tall. Father Samuel's wisdom, cleric of Woodsidge, guiding his steps away from the edge. Tormented by visions, taunted by night, he finds his strength in holy light. In the heat of night, with fury he fights, shielding his friends in the darkest nights. Paladin of honor with Apsu's grace, Vantalor's journey, finding his place. In the heat of combat, with fury he fights, shielding his friends in the darkest nights. Paladin of honor with Apsu's grace, Vantalor's journey, finding his place.
That's in Area 6. All right.
All right.
And we return. Most of us return. Let's do this. What's this one?
Spoopy.
Yeah, we'll see how this one turns out. And as soon as Jubilee and Cricket return, we will go ahead and resume. And with Skylar back, Ryder, and Tom back, we will return as soon as Katie and Taylor return. So if you guys can hear us, we are ready. In Discord, I sent you guys an image of what you see in the archway.
I think that's great. I'm surprised you didn't put it in the campaign settings or the NPC list.
Oh, that doesn't look ominous at all.
No?
I mean, the only thing I can help think about is what did that hand come from?
That's a good question. I mean, I can help you find out.
Let's not and say we did.
Katie and Taylor, if you hop into the Discord, you will see the hand that is anxiously awaiting you in the archway on the other side.
Ew. I hate it.
He must be good at all sorts of odd jobs. You could say he's a handyman.
Again,
Poor child.
again, hey, Skylar's still alive, so I mean, it's okay, Tom.
That's true. At least now your dad jokes. You're an actual dad, and you can make those dad jokes. You can blame it on that.
There you go.
No longer faux pas. I was telling Jubilee that the day that T3 was born, or the next day on New Year's Day, Emily got me a shirt that says I keep all my jokes in a database.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And with that...
Did you call him T3?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tom Bonner the Third.
Yeah, I like that. T3. That's fun.
So, as we resume, you stand in the archway of this room, minus three of you, as you're still Cricket, Vantlord, and Raja, still in. You haven't quite breached the room yet. Rihu and Cricket, Jubilee, you have. This resonates more with you, Jubilee, but all of you pick up on the sense that this area is steeped with necrotic energy. Jubilee, it comes very much more clear to you that as far as spirits rising and almost like a thin place between the realms, this is one of those areas. If someone wanted to bring in a spirit or transition planes or things like that, this is that kind of place. You recognize that, Jubilee, but clearly not one that sits well with the Raven Queen. Vantalord, for you, it also resonates. There's a small shimmer of it that sparks up a sense of righteous anger, and then almost like it fades. What does Vandalore do with that? It is a remembrance. It comes and goes like a memory of the past. Not like a emotion of the now, but one of the past. One of a paladin and one of Apsu. But then it goes away, like yesterday's memory.
It's like as the others look, if they're noticing it, like they see a confusion in my eyes. You know, for weeks they had seen the righteousness not wanting to go against Apsu, and now it's just like this confusion of why am I feeling this way when obviously this new deity doesn't care. She wants more of my physical strength than the emotional or spiritual strength.
That confusion, as you ponder on that, as it fades, there's almost as much as there was yesterday's remembrance of the paladin's glory and honor, is replaced with today's comfort in the area of death. As you feel the chill of the room that you're about to enter, it almost feels like it is home. And so you're in this kind of crossroads. But it is less of a crossroads each time you start to encounter this stuff. Rihu, as you're walking in, and you're sticking close to the walls, trying to get up to these gravestones, inspecting the room, paying attention to what you see, you notice on the walls various symbols. Each of them, the glow, the potential fire, that some kind of light source in this room is these symbols. The walls have various different arcane symbols that are emitting a dark, you feel it to your core, some kind of dark energy. And they're illuminating with this blue light. Just kind of a soft, but enough of a light to illuminate this room. But you feel, the closer you are to any given of those symbols, the more that you just feel the necrotic energy in this room. Jubilee being in this room, it's not hard. Once you're in the room, it's pretty easy to tell that that's the light source. Is those symbols? They by no means are hidden. Unless you take some time to examine them, you don't exactly know what the symbol is, but they are emitting this necrotic energy and this light source as they pulsate.
I would like to take a little bit of time and try to see if I can figure out what they are.
Okay, now you're in the middle of the room. Are you trying to shift over to a side? Or are you still trying to get to the other side?
Well, I'm still flying, so I'd like to head towards that corner.
Northeast?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're still making your way over in that direction.
As she does that, I'm gonna walk into the room towards the tombstones. You know, just feeling comfortable. You know, think of it like a rebellious kid walking on graves. That's
Okay.
I'm just walking straight towards them, and I'm gonna run my hand against every single one of them.
The graves?
Just to feel against the graves, against the tombstones, just to feel the energy. You know, just that comfort. It's like getting at home and taking your shirt off for the day.
Yep. So you get in. Rihu has made it in a bit further as he's examining these areas. And Rihu, you had mentioned you wanted to read the gravestones, correct? See what they said?
Just wanted to, I mean, I don't have to get right up to them, hopefully, but just see if, once you're in eye distance, essentially.
Okay. So keeping a little bit distance, but curious to what they say. Vantalord, on the other hand, is absolutely making intimate friends with these headstones as he touches each one of them. Cricket and Raja, what are the two of you doing?
Raja's just gonna kind of walk around because he doesn't really understand this so much. Like,
Okay.
this is no.
You got really quiet.
This
There you
isn't
go.
really in his knowledge base per se, because longer. I'm guessing something like this isn't commonly found in the plane of fire.
Mm-hmm.
So Raja is assuming this is more whatever her name is
A map?
doing, Amat's doing. So he's just gonna kind of walk around, stay on guard.
Okay. And of course, you're not oblivious to graves and graveyards, but I get what you're saying.
But like this environment
Mm-hmm.
and the way it's set up, if it is meant to do something, I've got no clue.
Okay. Absolutely. And again, you, like everyone else, feel the absolute shift in temperature change. Each of you can, your skin crawls with, like, your hairs are on end, and your breath is very much that cold kind of fall night. Your breath very visible. Cricket.
Then I'm pretending
Yes.
to be a dragon and breathing all around.
Well, can I mean, I'm guessing that this doesn't feel very natural, right? Like,
Not
this
at all.
feels like it doesn't, like, I mean, death is a part of life,
Mm-hmm.
so that part I think doesn't feel weird to her. But especially because you said there's lots of necrotic energy specifically
Mhm.
that's like undeath, like unnatural death, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Can I just, like, sort of walk around and try and tell if there's anything in here that feels, I don't know. Now, I'm just gonna wait. I mean, I'll enter the room.
Okay.
But I think I'm just too uncomfortable.
Okay. You walk in, and there is that essence of natural and unnatural, and there is a part of Cricket that tries to rationalize that death is natural. When you walk in, you take particular note that when you step down, you feel a bit of a crunch as your foot steps down, and you see that bones had just broke under you. And it catches your attention. The frailness and the ease of the bones turning to more of a dust than, like, they're brittle, they're old, they're weakened, the life is sucked out of them. These are old, brittle bones that just turn to dust when you stepped on them.
Does it feel similar to the way that the bodies of the victims of the Satari looked afterwards? Like, if they had been sitting out for a month?
There is an essence of dryness that you feel in the air. That is the connection point you make between these bones and those bodies, that there is almost like life or water or the essence of life is sucked out of here. And you
Right,
look,
because, like, oh, go ahead, finish.
I was just going to say, and you look around as the others are walking, as the fire breath Raja dragon is walking, you see under his feet, and each person except for Jubilee, being she's flying, you see each step they take, it's like there's dust under their feet.
Right. Yeah, what I was gonna say is I feel like she would make the observation as well that, like, normal death, right? I mean, that happens all the time, but death normally leads to life, right? Like, it is a way to replenish nutrients into the ground and into, feed the earth. And so the fact that this is, like, devoid of all nutrients and of all water and of all life is very unsettling. I guess I'll point it out if everybody else hasn't yet noticed. Y'all, I think that perhaps we're walking on the remains of the souls that were used for Zamat's purpose here. And it's clear that these creatures did not receive proper passing into the afterlife, and I don't know, just nothing we can really do about it now, I don't think, but yeah.
But I wonder if we can do just like a little something to let them know that they're respected now, even though they're not here to hear it,
The question is, like, what even happens to them after their souls get sucked out for the Satari process? Like, I don't know, I feel like you of all people might know that more, Jubilee, just because you've seen the normal passing on and what's supposed to happen.
Well, that's the thing, is there's what's supposed to happen to me, and then there's what's supposed to happen to people that worship any other type of deity. So, like, I can't say what it should or shouldn't look like. I know that Amat's not using it for good.
Right, so, like, okay, when you've seen the Satari, they kill somebody.
Yeah.
Does that look different? Like when their souls are collected or whatever, than when somebody just dies normally? Didn't she, like, collect a bunch of people's souls? Wasn't she just, like, harvesting them and putting them in a box or something?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it was not a respectful way for them to be going. They're not even, like, they're not at rest. They're just being
right. That's what I mean. They're not even moved on.
Right. So I don't know.
I mean, Rory, the difference when I watch somebody die versus, like, when their souls are being harvested by something, like, does that look different, or does that, like, their soul being removed from their body looks the same?
So when the Satari do it, you don't see, there's no visual of the soul, and there's no residue, so to say, of a soul, right? So Jubilee would be able to see either the soul as it's being taken in its direction, or sometimes just a residue, perhaps if it's lost or wandering, if it hasn't been taken or directed, especially by the Raven Queen. You might see its residue, and then you and your kin can help assist it. When the Satari take them, there's nothing. It's a fair presumption, especially after multiple encounters, that they take it like you do with your cape, with your cloak, that you bring it in, but they do it in such a way that, like you said, it's non-respecting or very abrupt, abrasive, and immediate. An extraction. It's not a transition. It's a theft.
So yeah, I guess it does look a little bit different. But in this case,
there is the residue left behind. Like, we're kicking up. Did you say there is or there's not?
Here,
no,
there's
what we're keeping up is, like, the dust of their bones. Like, even
like, there's no souls. This is literally just like they got obliterated and then left here.
Right.
I don't think they left here. I mean, just earlier today, Cricket was reading. She saw the writing on the coffins, which Jubilee read, it says, bound to the dark for eternity. I have a feeling these are people that sacrifice themselves
For the
On
cause.
purpose?
for the. Yes, I don't.
I
think
don't
these
know
ones
about that.
Can I examine some of the bones and
Mm-hmm.
see if like this is gonna sound so weird, but like when somebody dies and they go into like rigor mortis and then their bones stay a certain type of way because they like were in a certain type of position. Like, do any of them look like they were scared, or are they like curled up like they didn't want it to happen, or they all look willing? Does that make sense? That's a really creepy question.
It does. It does. Jubilee, you move down to the ground. You let go of the cape. You come down to the ground. And as you do, and you try to look around, you can't find any flesh. And the positions of the bones themselves don't give a whole lot. You'll get some that are semi still intact. Like you find, if you take some time, you find one that's still halfway still intact, and it looks like it maybe is in a fetal position. The others that you find are very, here's a shoulder, here's a hip bone, you're not finding much still together. And when you do find the bones and you grab them, they very quickly just rake into dust. Jubilee, go ahead and roll a d20.
Don't add anything to it, just roll it.
Just roll a flat d20.
Can I look for a humorous first so I can show it to Vantalord?
Sure.
That's not funny. No.
Look, Vantalord, I find this humorous. Oh. Oh, man. I rolled a 19.
19. You would understand. I don't know how to explain this, but Jubilee would understand that when the dust flies, because you start to pay attention to it more and more, each step that's taken or bone that blows into the dust, it's like there are screams of agony. Not like the soul is still here, but this room is stained with pain.
Right, like I kind of just get the sense of what happened to them without them telling me,
Yeah,
almost.
if you were a fly on the wall, if the walls could speak, it'd be pain and torture and agony.
I don't think that I mean, if they did sacrifice themselves, it was still really horrible.
I think also, like, depending on, I don't know that much about necromancy or like this ritual that Matt is trying to do or anything like that, but it feels like because their bodies didn't die naturally and they died in this way that we've seen the Satari just obliterate their life force basically and consume it. It feels like probably the whatever, even if it was willingly, is not a pleasant experience,
Yeah. It just seems like pain. Like just suffering. Just there's nothing comfortable or happy or
Right, and even death, death doesn't have to be that. Doesn't have to be pain and suffering. It can be a peaceful transition, but this is definitely not that.
No, it's definitely not that. I feel sad for them.
I'm guessing I have like some small like bottles or pouches or things like that I've collected for herbs and things like that. I'm gonna pick up some of this bone dust and collect it.
All right. Yeah, I mean, any of the used vials for potions or any, you would have one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just in case there's something we can do or learn to maybe I don't know, help this or use it in some way.
Yeah. In your notes, Bone Dust, Area 4.
What'd you say, bone dust? What?
Area 4.
Okay.
Rihu, as you are within eyesight of a headstone, go ahead and roll a d10.
Alright, one moment. Alright, 6 or 9.
9. You're standing just like you would in any graveyard. Understanding of orientation and assuming it's the same orientation in this twisted and mixed up place. If there is even a body buried versus the dust of bodies you already stand on. You look at a headstone and it says, "The voice has stopped, but only after it's too late." And there's about 10 of these headstones. You read as many as you want. You let me know.
I mean, I'll just, I definitely want to read another one.
Okay? Go ahead and roll a d10 again.
Alright, 4.
Don't dig too deep. I'm not alone.
I'll read one more.
Okay?
Another 4.
Roll again.
1.
I told you I was sick.
Huh.
You look down as you're walking between these. They kind of catch your interest a little bit. Not in a kind of a morbid way, but just in these different statements. You look down, and there's a skeletal hand sticking out of the dirt. And it is holding a piece of parchment.
I'm going to grab the parchment. God, I'm just waiting for the hand to...
You pull, as soon as you touch the paper, the fingers just turn to dust.
Dust. Okay.
The paper, it is crumbled, and it's like the person looking at it, it is scribbled, it is fast, it is almost unlegible. It as if they were trying to write something and hide it, and it wasn't found. It is a very quick scribble that what you're able to pull out of the note is that this person is stating that Amat blames the Pale Theocracy for the death of her father. There's a portion you're not able to read, and then essentially like this is her motive, and then there's nothing else.
I'm going to share that with the group just so everyone is aware.
All right, you share that with the group. Do you read any more headstones at this time?
Do you read those out loud, the headstones, when you were walking past? Did you say anything?
I'll let you know what the first 3 say, and then I'll read one more.
Okay.
I rolled a 6.
You'd already rolled that one.
Nope.
I rolled a 9.
No, this one's
Oh,
new.
you rolled a 9.
This one, as you read it in your mind, says, "No rest for the wicked. I am always watching."
Well, I don't. What do they mean? They don't make any sense. Don't headstones normally just have like My parents' headstone was literally their name and their date they died.
And it clearly is that these headstones are like a warning or a message.
It's like a flicker of a light, a shadow that moves.
A what?
Like in real life, not in our brain. Like a light, like an idea, or like a light, like actual light.
I don't know if you were trying to say something earlier, but I saw your hand move and I didn't hear anything.
It seems like there's a flicker of a light or a shadow that moves. There's something that catches your guys' peripheral. Maybe not.
Does anyone else get the sense that we're not alone?
Yes. I don't
I've
like
been getting that since I watched the freaking coffins open and a giant hand come down the hallway.
Should we read the rest of these headstones just in case they like mean
Yeah.
something?
Let's do it.
You gonna read them all
Yeah.
Let's do it.
out loud or quietly?
Everybody pick one.
I mean, we'll do it as we're gonna do it as a group. So yeah, it'll be out loud.
Okay. Next one's read off. Go ahead.
Which number is it?
Number 2. Remember me as you pass by. As you are now, so once was I. As I am now, you soon shall be. Prepare for death
Ooh.
and follow me.
Whoa, that's so long. So once was I. What was after
Remember me as you pass by. As you are now, so once was I. As I am now, you soon shall be. Prepare for death and follow me.
that? No.
They said just accept the combat. You're on your way out. You're going down.
Yeah.
Number 3. We never found all of him.
Is that it?
For that one.
What's 5?
5. Beneath this stone lies the body of a sinner. Number 7. My bones may lie, but my soul will rise.
Oh.
Wanna dig up that one. What's lying about their bones? How do your bones lie?
So we're missing 2 more?
Yep.
So we got
8
9
and 10.
already.
Yeah, we
Yep.
need 8 and 10.
8. They call it an accident, but I know the truth. And number 10. I thought we read 10.
No.
10 is, if you're reading this, it's already too late for you.
Oh. Why?
Hmm.
Again, it's as if a shadow moves, shifts, changes, readjusts, maybe, probably, likely.
Well,
Sword.
I'm just gonna look at Raja and just be like, Raja, do you have any way to light up this room?
Like in like a quick light or
Well,
a light?
I mean, it feels like there's something shadowy here.
Inventory, there it is.
Well, we're trying to
I have a
determine
lantern.
while we talk about what we can do to light the room up, can I just sit down in the bone dust and see if I can do like a quick little chat with the Raven Queen? I just want to ask her what the best way to honor the souls that died here would be right now, because there are no souls there.
Okay.
I have an oil flask.
And yes, you can.
and Torch and tinderbox.
Are you a sleepy dog? What are you doing?
So, Lister, you have an oil flask. Why don't you pour a line of oil down and light it on fire? That'll light.
Yeah, I can do that. Rasha will proceed to do that.
All right.
Should I go down the middle or around the outside though? I don't. Well, there's not that
I
much of
would-
it.
You only need something like I would say even just a foot just to bring more light to this. And I would do it towards the middle of the room, because light radiates.
Rory, is there any correlation between when we've felt that flicker and us reading the headstones?
It's hard to say. Some of it came. The first one doesn't seem to have lined up. You know, the second one, maybe it was the reading of the headstone, or maybe it was just timing. There's a high sense of paranoia that is starting to cloud that kind of rational judgment. Seems like it has a strong correlation, but could just be you trying to make it logical. That's where their irrationality's kicking in.
I look at everyone and say, let's just get out of this room. Even though I'm cozy, death is death is death. We still have a mission.
Do we think that these gravestones are trying to tell us something though? Like, is there something other than just warning?
I'm not gonna lie, some of them sound kind of funny, so I don't really know how serious they are.
But maybe they were just like, I don't know. Why only 10? Like, there's clearly more than 10 bodies here.
Didn't she need 10,000?
No, way more than that, like 600.
Yeah, 750,000
Oh.
or something.
Well, never
You're
mind.
close, Raja.
10,000 times 7.
Jubilee, you've sat down in the dusty remains. You push your fingers into the ground, and you don't feel a bottom. It's like going to a sandy beach, and you push your fingers in, and you push a little harder, and you push, and you feel the increasing resistance. But you never feel solid dirt at a beach. It's just endless sand. You pull your hands up as you're trying to commune with the Raven Queen. You pull your hands up, covered, almost dripping in ash, in dust, in remains of a once life. Some of it, a clump of it, stuck to your hand as it falls, hits the ground as you sit there, hits your lap, puffs up, and accidentally inhaled.
Honestly, I'm thrilled that you said that, because if you didn't, I was gonna lick it.
So,
I was for
That
sure
fart's
just
on
gonna
my
give it a
mug.
little
Ale.
like.
One last drink.
it is inhaled.
Oh no, why'd you change
I don't
the
like
music?
it.
An
Don't change the music.
overwhelming feeling
do that.
comes over you. Her body, Cricket, you especially know this with the bond between the two of you. Her body almost stiffens.
I'm so scared.
It's
right
not
now.
it's not stiff, but it is much more alert, per se. Her eyes roll back,
Ooh, what is
and
this
instinctively you see this weird behavior where Jubilee picks up her hand and just licks it.
Jubilee, don't lick the bone dust.
I'm
No
assuming you can't respond. Yeah.
No response.
Jubilee, don't
The-
lick the bone dust.
The dust around her starts to kind of swirl. And everyone else, not Jubilee, starts to hear these whispers.
Oh, I did something bad.
Jubilee, you're in a room of darkness. In silence. Roll a D100.
Uh-oh. $47. I'm rolling a lot of 40s today.
You know, in the ethereal kind of connection between the connection between planes, especially here where it's thin, you know the Raven Queen is nearby. It's a paradox of close and far. Like she's on the other side of a chasm, yet she's 2 feet in front of you. You know that there's something that's
like
coming.
Those dreams when you're running down a hallway and they're not getting any closer, but you can see them.
Exactly. It's that, right? So you can choose to try to pursue the Raven Queen or other. For you, you would think you can either choose to pursue the Raven Queen or try to stop pursuing the Raven Queen, is what Jubilee would be thinking.
Okay, so I have two ideas. One is probably bad but creative, and the other one is just me running. So I would rather try the running one first and see if she just continues to get further away, or if she eventually starts getting closer. But I won't run very long. Like, I'm not going to try to do this forever.
Okay. So you sit there in, from the outside view, a paralyzed state for the rest of you. She is sitting there, her hands, and the ash cricket, and anyone else that's now watching her, the ash falling from her hand doesn't stop. It's like she's holding a pile of ash, and it just keeps falling off her hand, but there's no ash there. You just see ash continuing to fall off her hands as she sits there, motionless. For the rest of you, the room, the sounds, the glyphs on the walls as they illuminate more and more, the shadow,
I did something bad.
Almost like the shadows are gathering in an area. There's still shadows everywhere, but one spot somehow gets darker and darker, even when you think darkness can't get darker. There's an absolute void of darkness as it starts to begin to take shape.
Where are we seeing this take shape?
Music's
You
so
are
spooky.
seeing it take shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here. As it
As it starts taking shape, I'm gonna run over to it and put sprinkle on one of my uses of holy water. I just want to see what happens.
How long has it been since Jubilee licked this dust and has stopped responding to me?
a couple seconds. It was
when she doesn't respond.
Yep.
And especially as like it starts getting spookier in this room, I'm gonna run over to Jubilee and try and like shake her
Okay.
because her eyes are rolled back and she's like not responding.
The shadowy creature appears almost in the center of all of you, closer towards Cricket and Raja. And so between Cricket and Jubilee, if you can see the screen, and then Vantalord for you, about 20 feet away from you.
I say I was gonna
Do you see
when
it?
it was still forming.
Yep.
When it was still forming, I was trying to run over it to sprinkle some holy water on it.
So you can go ahead and roll a athletics check. See if you get there before it fully forms. Because it is very quick that it is forming.
Yeah, and I guess I'm trying to run to
18.
Jubilee
Okay.
before then as well.
18. And go ahead if you're trying to get there, noticing Jubilee, some of those signs, you could start to kick off, and then this thing may be forming in front or behind you. So
Right.
go ahead, roll your dexterity.
8.
8. Okay. Vantalord, with your 18, you are able to pick up on it. Something still resonates. That moment that you had before you entered the room, the moment of that conflict, of that old memory, kicked back in. It pushed through a bit of a veil. You felt it. You didn't question. You just ran. You get there. The moment it is forming, and you can take one action before you guys talk, before you fight, before you run, whatever you do, you can take one action. Cricket, as you're running, it's hard to get traction in this dust. It puffing up in the air, making it hard to breathe. As you get right beside it, it is fully formed.
Great. Love that. For me.
So, whatever you guys decide to do, whether that's talk, fight, run, whatever it is, Vantalord, you get one surprise round.
I say I'm sprinkling one of my. I've got 4 uses of holy water. I'm sprinkling one of them on this creature to see if that stops it.
All right.
I'm ass-
Roll
Yeah.
to hit then.
16.
You are able to you sprinkle it. Cricket, you actually end up feeling a bit of water splash on you. The holy water, in one essence, it goes through this shadowy creature. You do hear a Vantalord and Cricket. You both hear a bit of a vocalization or some kind of sounds that come from it. It seems to be caused by the holy water. It doesn't seem to have any physical effect on it.
Perhaps these are the spirits, like all the spirits that are not at rest. Maybe we can try and put them to rest or something. But also, Jubilee is in a trance.
I licked all of the spirits at the same time.
I'm not gonna lie though, I was thinking about digging into it anyways because one of them says don't dig. Don't dig.
It is going to make another utterance, another vocalization.
Well, we don't understand it. It's just noise.
Mm-hmm.
Can we try and like make sense of it?
As in, it's not a language, or it's not.
Right, like even if it's not a language, is there emotion in it? You know, like a insight check on it or something?
You can roll an insight. It is definitely not a language.
I'll try and roll an insight check on it. Nope.
Okay.
I mean, it's a 6. You know, the -3 is really great.
So it makes this second utterance. This one is louder. You all hear it except for Jubilee. And with that, there is a rift and a shift in the whole atmosphere. And about 10 feet away from Jubilee, this specter appears. There is a...
There's 2, or that's that one?
What's that?
There's 2 of them, or that's the
Correct.
first one?
There's one that's shadowy, like it's some kind of shadow creature between Vantalord and Cricket. Then over by Jubilee is a specter, this ghostly image with this angry, screaming, almost a cruel face upon it, waiting to lash out. With the appearance of the specter, you can roll for initiative.
Do I also roll for initiative?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't think so. I just checking.
All right, starting from Rihu, what do you roll?
I rolled an 11.
Okay, Raja,
17.
Cricket,
5.
5. I rolled a 10. I'm guessing I'll just put Rory Spectre.
Spectre is 5,
And the shadow thing,
and Shadow Creature is a 19.
19.
Before anybody
Cricket.
attacks, I'm just gonna say, perhaps we shouldn't try and like be aggressive to this thing. Maybe there's something else we can do to try and stop it, since it's like spiritual from like the other realm or something, you know?
Are the runes around the room still glowing?
Oh yeah, bright. Much brighter.
Maybe that's got something to do with it.
Real quick, Vantalota, what is the order?
Okay, the order of chaos is gonna be the shadow creature, Raja, Rihu, myself, Cricket, and then the Spectre.
Okay. All right. The shadow creature. Here, I think you guys may have already started some of that like speculation dialogue. It is not seeming to, at this moment, be impacted by that. It is going to go ahead and take an attack on. It's going to take an attack on Cricket. And does 14 hit.
That's my AC.
So it is going to cause 9 points of necrotic damage. And if you would please roll a 1d4.
3.
Your strength is reduced by 3.
My strength is reduced by 3, like the base number. Okay.
So if you would go into your stats and modify that to a
What was the damage I took again? Did you say
9.
8? I think?
9 points
9,
of
okay.
necrotic damage, and then a negative 3 to your strength. As you are running towards Jubilee, you feel this cold essence run through your body, and immediately you just feel your strength zapped from you.
I feel like physically that would look like Cricket probably like stops in her tracks and is just like crippled in front of everybody.
All right.
Probably cries out.
Yeah. Raja. You've heard some of the things that I think, Cricket, you said that as you were running, which is maybe if we have addressed this differently, is spiritual. Cricket runs. She's halted in her tracks. Raja, your turn.
It should have been Rihu.
Oh, Rihu's next?
Yeah.
Sorry, my
No,
bad.
no, never mind. No, you're right. I was looking at the wrong column.
Okay, it is Raja.
Sorry.
Okay, Raja, your turn.
Where are those runes placed?
All along the walls. There's half a dozen to a dozen per wall.
Then Raja will go up to the shadow creature.
Okay.
Hack at it. And then I guess it all depends on whether I hit it or not.
Okay.
What I do next.
Go ahead, roll to hit.
Okay, I rolled 19, so that's what? 26.
26 hits.
Okay, and then I would do. So there's damage from that, but then I would use my fire rune to cast Fiery Shackles. Let's see what it was again. Okay, so when I hit a creature with an attack using a weapon, I can invoke the rune to summon Fiery Shackles. The target takes an extra 2d6 fire damage and must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained for a minute. And they take 2d6 at the start of each turn. 2d6 fire damage.
Okay.
And they repeat the saving throw at the end of each turn.
Okay.
But they would be restrained. I don't know what that means, but I don't know what that implies in the game.
Okay.
Should I still roll damage?
Yep, roll all your damages. And what weapon is this?
My rapier.
Your regular
Sure,
rapier
yes.
or your magical rapier?
I never use my normal rapier.
Okay. I didn't think so. I just wanted to check. So, okay.
I don't need to roll that dice no more. Oh, is it also? I don't even see. Is it within someone else too? Is there someone other than 5 feet?
Yeah, the Vantalord and Cricket are both by this creature.
Oh, so I get advantage. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
can sneak attack.
For sure.
I don't even care about the advantage because I did already hit. But the sneak attack. 1d8 is here. Plus 2d6 here. Plus 3d6. Plus. And then would it be restrained by the shackles or is it unable to? If it can't even be restrained or anything, then the shackles wouldn't even go. But I summon Fiery Shackles and the target takes 2d6 damage.
Okay. So, what?
So I guess they would take that 2d6 anyway.
Correct. Yep.
It's just whether they're restrained or not would depend on whether.
Correct. Yep. So, what is your rapier damage?
Oh, I was just gonna roll it all together. Would you like me to roll it separately?
Yeah. Separate. Make it separate. Different kinds of damage. So, the rapier damage and the fire damage. Your sneak attack can go in with your rapier damage.
Okay, so plus 5d6. Wow, that's a lot of numbers. 4, 8, plus 7, it's 15, 25, plus 4, 29 damage.
For the rapier and sneak? And what about the fire damage?
Is 8 damage.
8?
I suppose I could also. No, I'm not gonna do that. There's no point doing that because I don't even know if it's gonna get damaged. Oh, I still have all of them. I'll also do a fire strike, so they would take an extra 1d10 fire damage.
Okay.
Nine.
All right.
And I'm going to disengage and leave.
Okay.
Back up 10 feet or so.
Are you trying to go towards the first entrance that you came in, like straight up that way, or straight down towards the gravestones, straight back towards the specter?
The Spectre is focused on what right now?
Right now, the specter is just within about 10 feet of Jubilee, over by the other exit.
I say this then. Down 5 feet. Because the shadow one is that the one in the middle?
Yep.
Or is that okay? Down. Okay, now over 5.
Towards Rihu, to the
Never
right.
mind. I'll stay there. I'll stay there because if they move, then I want that opportunity attack.
Okay, so you're gonna stay by the shadow. All right, your shackles. You
I forgot I had those.
you do see your attack from your rapier plus the fire. They both do have impact. The shackles, though, as they form and try to grab on to substance, so to say, they fall to the ground and go up in flames. They do not stick. Unable to be restrained.
Okay, then I am
I did hear that. What?
just 5 feet down.
Okay,
Get out of his range with
Okay.
disengage.
perfect.
I don't want to deal with that.
Okay. Jubilee, I should have actually had you roll. Go ahead, roll your initiative.
Oh, I am rolling my initiative.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I like that I need to roll initiative if I'm just sitting on the floor and I can't move. It's an 18.
18. Where does that put her?
Between the shadow and Raja.
Okay. Jubilee.
That's like a good movie title. Between the Shadow and Raja.
Jubilee, go ahead. So you're running. Roll a d100.
Okay. Probably 40 something. Let's take a guess because it's all I roll.
42. 42.
Now it's a 31.
Spoken into existence.
I jinxed it.
It's like the doorway, so to say. It's like the avatar of the Raven Queen isn't staying equal, it's getting further.
Oh no.
Do you want to
How-
continue to pursue?
So my next question is how far from me does it look?
Let's say it was looking like it was 10 feet constantly, now it's 15 feet.
Oh.
You
okay,
you
hold on.
find distance to be semi-irrelative because it just
Within
doesn't
15
stop.
feet of you. So
Oh, hot dang, I should have said a different number.
I am going to make my second really bad choice of the night.
Go for it.
And cast Lightning Lure on the Raven Queen.
Okay, what's that?
So you create a lash of lightning energy that strikes at one creature of your choice that you can see within 15 feet of you. Target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pulled up to 10 feet straight towards you and then take 1d8 of lightning damage if they're within 5 feet. But really, I'm just trying to pull her the 10 feet towards me.
So this is like your version of a whip?
Yeah, but we're not using a whip because I am not a bard anymore, and that didn't work ever, literally ever.
Oh man.
This is Jubilee's upgraded whip.
Yeah, and just throwing me first.
It's shocking.
Yeah, you didn't think I was gonna try to lightning strike my god, did you?
I heard that pun, Vantalord. Shocking.
Come on, internet, give me something.
You've broken our
Actually, my
DM
next
here.
Character, the Punisher. I don't know.
All right,
pouring,
well, let's go with
pouring
this.
ale on a Meg man.
Okay, so she has to surpass a strength check?
A strength check.
Okay.
Strength saving throw.
Of
15.
okay.
She's a whole goddess, so there's a chance that her strength is way higher. But I don't know, because that's not what she does. She's not a combat-y lady.
Okay. You also know intuitively that you likely are not encountering the Raven Queen versus you're more likely encountering an avatar,
Yeah.
right? Still nothing to play around with, but chances are it's the rare moments when you get the actual queen. You strike out and you make contact, but the creature, the queen or the avatar, reaches down and breaks the tether that you have.
Okay.
Halts and glares. Halt again. Everything here is a paradox. She stops and you stop, but the both of you continue to run. You're like in this perpetual run, but it's like you're at a standstill. It's just a weird mind play.
It's like we're on the little things in the airport.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
The things that you can just walk onto and it takes you across.
Everything around you is moving, but you're standing still.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be respectful, and I'm trying to ask you how to be respectful to all these dead people.
All right. You get that on the outside. Rihu, it's your turn.
With noticing the changes to those glyphs on the outside, I am standing right near one, it looks like.
Correct, yep.
I'm just gonna take my spear and just kind of like, I just want to stab it into the rune to kind of try and break it, if that makes sense.
Anything particular about this spear? Is it magical, non-magical?
It's just a pretty
Regular,
standard run-of-the-mill spear.
Okay, go ahead and make a roll to hit. Not a hard one to do.
Yep, it is a 17.
All right, definitely not hard. You get it exactly where you're aiming. Roll a strength check. You're trying to like chip away at it, right?
Yeah, like kind of like break the symbol, essentially.
Go ahead and roll a strength check. Like
right.
What would that be? Athletics? So that
there's a strength. I rolled strength.
Okay.
17.
Awesome. You take your spear, you shove it in, and you hit exactly where you're wanting to. You feel an immediate force against you. You feel almost like opposites in magnets. You feel a repulsion against the tip of your spear, and almost like a arcane sparking happening right at the tip. You continue to shove forward as you almost see the tip of the spear actually starts to melt away. You continue to push in and push in. Roll a d12 for damage.
Damage, interesting. I rolled a 9.
All right. Your spear, the head of it, fully melt as you ram the shaft. The whole time you see the tip of the spear as it's melting away, digging into the stone. You continue to press as you see stone slowly chipping away. Finally, as the ruin breaks, your spear gives out at the same time, and your spear just you smash the wood into it, but the glyph itself and it goes out.
Okay.
What time is your meeting, Dad?
6:30.
Does that seem to have an impact on anything when that happens?
Is there any noticeable difference to the being after that?
The shadow creature itself has a flicker. It's very fast. Vandalord, Cricket, you would see it. Rihu, if you turn around to look, you wouldn't catch it. It is that fast. There is a flicker of its essence, but it's back to its regular state. And the specter gives a scream.
Oh. By the way, as I quickly turn around, how many of these glyphs do I see around the room?
We'll call it three per wall.
Okay, so there's 12
So there's
total.
12 of them.
Even on the wall that we have the entrance?
Correct.
Okay. Alright. Hearing the scream, that kind of eggs me on to know that I did something. So I'm going to take my movement then and move towards the next one down the wall.
Okay. Towards the gravestones or away from them?
Towards the gravestones.
All right.
Did anything happen to the gravestones when all this stuff started going down, or do they look the same?
They look the same. And we're on to Vantalord.
Okay, so at this point, I'm going to try to distract the monsters so that way Rihu can do his thing. So I'm going to cast Branding Smite on my sword.
Okay.
Pretty much what that does is, it used to be radiant damage, but now it'll do 2d6 necrotic damage on my melee attacks.
Okay.
So it's a bonus action, so I'm going to cast it first onto my longsword. I am then going to, let's see here, how far away am I from, I'm right next to that shadow creature.
You're
so
right next to it.
I'm going to swing at that shadow creature.
Okay, roll to hit.
Yeah, it's 12, 19.
Okay. Roll your damage.
Okay, so my d8, where did I just put it down to? Okay, 7 plus 4, so there's 11 points of damage plus the 2. Come on, Tom. 2d6. And another 11 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. 11 points of necrotic damage. As you swing your sword, and as your sword makes contact, one of its arms reach down and into its body at the same time that your sword enters, and it halts and grabs the sword inside of it. And it looks at you, and it becomes darker as you pull your sword out. It almost looks like it's revitalized. It's like it just gained strength.
Okay. Well then. Luckily for me, so I'm gonna do then is, being I've got that on my long sword, I'm gonna take my trident and swing for the second attack.
Okay.
And that is a dirty 20. 14 plus 6.
That hits.
That does a, yep, and a d8 plus 3. And that is 9 points of damage.
9 points. And what type of damage is that?
It's just standard.
Piercing? Non-magical?
Piercing, yep, piercing, non-magical.
And you said 9 points?
Yep. And the long sword is slashing.
Right. Perfect. That one does hit. It doesn't seem to take the kind of effect that you would want it to, but also maybe the type that you'd expect it to. So it just doesn't affect it very much.
fine.
Anything else for Vantalord?
Just double checking my sanity, but the answer should be no.
All right, Cricket,
Yeah.
you're up. Strength is zapped from your body.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't love it. Can I? Oh gosh. So this, not the shadow creature near me, but the other one.
Yep, the specter over there.
Yeah, it hasn't moved, right?
It has not yet moved. It is only. It's
But
still only been, one round.
Right. And it cried out when Rihu hit the arcane symbol,
Correct.
right?
Yep. When he broke it. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna do what I was gonna try and do before. It might be a mistake, but I'm gonna try. All right. I am worried about Jubilee because she's stuck inside some sort of trance and I don't know what's happening to her. So I am gonna run to her.
Okay.
Cricket,
Can I
I don't
get
know
to
what's
her?
happening to me either.
It's 25 feet.
Perfect. Yes.
Your strength reduction hasn't stopped your
movement.
movement, correct? Okay.
Nope. And as I get up next to her, I am going to grab her by the shoulders and try and like shake her awake. Say, Jubilee! Jubilee, come back to us! Any response?
Jubilee, as the environment around you is lightning fast, it's like warp speed, it's like everything is moving, yet you're standing still and you can't get closer to this, either Avatar or the Raven Queen herself. Things, it is the effect of an ant farm. You hear this very, very distant vocalizations. You can't make out what's being said as the voice of Cricket is coming through. You just hear this vocal echoing in the atmosphere. You have the being in front of you. Your world is shaken. What do you continue to try to press forward, or do you pull out?
It feels almost like earthquakey. Like, does it feel like someone is shaking me, or does it feel like everything around me is shaking?
Visually, it's like everything around you is shaking.
Then I would probably try to keep engaging.
Okay. Go ahead and... Okay, so we'll come to that on your turn. So she
Okay.
does not come out of it.
She doesn't respond.
Correct. No response.
Well, because... I don't think this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I think I would assume that something has, like, possessed her or something.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic at 3rd level on Jubilee.
Interesting. Okay.
See if it can, like, dispel any sort of, like, necrotic magic that is, like, taken over her.
All right. So you reach down, you place a hand on her head, a palm on her forehead, and you cast a 3rd level Dispel Magic?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Jubilee, everything around you stops. There is no movement. There is no sound. And you see a reverberation that happens in front of you. Roll a D100. We're advancing your turn because of this interaction. Roll a
Okay.
D100. You have made an unknown impact, Cricket.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
63.
63. Not only do the
I'm so scared.
I don't know how to narratively give this, so I wish I could be more elegant in my wording. It's like you were tripping on acid and suddenly you're sober. Everything was warped and twisted and messed up, and it was interfering with your connection. And suddenly, it's like that stopped, and you're clear-minded again.
So still engaged with the Raven Queen, but instead of being like confused and moving, everything
Everything is
is like
clear.
solid. Okay.
And you see her take a step forward.
Don't Don't you leave again.
towards you.
Oh, never mind.
And one more step, and you can see that there is engagement and that you have made contact with the avatar. You also know that you have just a brief moment to say exactly what you're saying.
Okay. I need you to give me guidance on exactly how to help be respectful to these corpses that are here, because we don't want to desecrate anything, and also we want to make sure that eventually their souls make it to the other side appropriately, because they're not here, in a way that's respectful to you, because that's who I care about.
You get a very quick inclination that what you just asked was not a question. Like, that it's convoluted, that it's complex, that it's too much, that it's like, what are you trying to ask is what you get back, basically. Like, be to the point. What are you asking?
How do we respect all of the souls of the people that have died in this room?
All right, we'll come to that on your turn then.
Does she look any different to me from the outside?
From the outside,
After that.
she is still fully engaged, so she looks exactly the same. That takes us to the Banshee before we wrap up.
Sorry. For my bonus action.
Oh, yes. What is it?
I'm gonna cast Shillelagh on my staff. I'm
Nice.
just gonna hold it a little tighter and like guard Jubilee with my staff in case this other creature comes over to her.
All right. As you wrap that up, the Spectre is going to move to and through you, Cricket.
Did you say through me?
Mm-hmm. It's going to move to you, and where your instincts kick in to try to get ready, it passes through your body.
Gross.
It will turn around. And a 15 to hit.
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, yes, it hits.
Okay, it is using life drain. So necrotic damage, you need to make a DC Constitution saving throw. And what'd you get?
13.
Okay, so you are not affected by the second part of it, but what does happen is that you take 7 points of necrotic damage. And that is the Spectre's turn. That takes us to the top of the order, and we will wrap up there for the night.
We don't get to know what happens to Jubilee's question?
Nope.
Rude.
I got it in my little book here. But well played. That was creative. And there were so many things you guys did today that were just awesome. So, let's go ahead and move into the Stars and Wishes. And then we'll see each other. We have to figure out if we're going to go to next week or 2 weeks from now. But we can do that offline. Vantalord, Stars and Wishes.
Oh, gotta say, I'm sending mine all the way over to Jubilee. Licking the dust, and just that made me laugh. Plus our little IMs going back and forth, just making each other laugh. You know, it just makes for a fun evening. This extrovert needed people.
And your wish.
I don't think I have one right now. I'm just enjoying this.
All right.
Keep life simple.
Ryder, Rihu.
Just thinking there's a lot to tap in this session. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna go stars for the whole team because everybody, I mean, we kind of wrapped up that last fight, moved quickly through the corridors, and kind of got into this area, and I mean, everybody kind of had different points that they were, I think that they did well in, so hard for me to pick out one particular today. And then wishes is, gosh, selfishly, I mean, I hope we can take this thing down and then get arrested at some point.
I thought you said get arrested at some point, and I was like, why do you want that?
We're you know, a lot of us are running on fumes, I think, at this point.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Yeah. Cricket.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of cool things today, but just because it's the recency effect, I'm gonna give my star to Rihu because I was curious how those arcane glyphs might like be connected to these creatures. And if I didn't already have the plan of like going to save Jubilee, I'd be punching some of those arcane glyphs with them. So yeah, I think that was super cool to think outside the box a little bit in the how to fight them. Wish, yeah, rest, please, dear Lord. I have had this -3 sticky note on my dice tray for literally 2 months. I would love it to be -2, and then -1, and then please be normal.
Raja.
I think my star would go to Vantilord for taking out the Magmen really quickly, because he had the 5 around him, and he took most of them out pretty quickly with the cut.
Wish.
My wish would probably be to get through this without too much trouble, because we don't really know anything that's going on here. So for all we know, the gravestones are just a bunch of rules that we have to follow, or we have to break everything, all the glyphs to do to actually kill these things, or we just have to kill them and move on. I don't know, but hopefully it's not too ridiculous. I mean, first big bit of the dungeon so far.
Alright. And Jubilee.
I am gonna give my star to Cricket for doing the most, as always, especially with trying to snap me out of this instead of leaving me in the middle of combat to potentially get beat up by this thing. Feel pretty lucky that it hasn't tried to kill me, to be honest, since I can't do anything about it, but at least I have some protection from Cricket, who was like, I need to make sure that nothing happens here. My wish is also for rest. I've been out of spell slots for like 2 sessions. And also figure out how to communicate with the Raven Queen better, because it seems like every time I try to talk to her, she's like...
It's tough. It's
Yeah,
tough.
she's so particular.
The Spectre would have attacked you if Cricket wasn't there.
You saved me, my hero.
You're welcome.
And
Alright, I'm just over here with like 30% muscle loss.
And I look forward to the next session because you guys are coming up with more and more creative solutions, which might also help you find rest. So we'll see how that happens. And until next time, I do have it up already. I haven't started it yet, so we get jazz hands for a little bit. But Vandalord,
fingers.
if you want to go ahead
fingers.
and Spirit finger, okay. Spirit fingers for the spirit realm we're in. Vandalord, if you want to go ahead with the saying. You're muted though.
Fine then, absolutely. Is this better?
Yes.
If you're watching and have not followed, if you have
We should've
followed
just let
and
him
not
do it muted.
subscribed, if you are subscribed and your subscription has lapsed, and finally, if you are currently subscribed and not part of our fantastic Discord community, we have one question for you today.
What are you doing?
Doing?
Well, that was a new thing.
I would still go.
I think that worked.
Did Ryder freeze?
No, he's
No.
here.
Oh, he just didn't want to participate. I was like, he must be frozen.
No, sorry, it's something going on. That I was thinking.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You just didn't move that whole time. So I was like, wait.